take me on a treasure hunt. I long for something new. Have you heard the fairies when they sing and dance? Oh, I wish it was me every night. When I close my eyes, I see
Summer is still in full swing, and another week has passed as the endless heat and humidity continues to keep me inside. Woodland creatures, however, are thriving from the abundance of green leaves and grass. But in an attempt to embrace nature and not be far from the comforts of water and the AC in my truck, I decided to try painting in plein air inside the comforts of my vehicle, which I realize may not be true plein air, but it's as close as I'm going to get these days. So I packed up and took a little drive till I found a nature preserve where I could park, take a short stroll, and paint in my car. The stroll helped me to declutter my mind, and because I didn't want to wander far, I tried to observe the small things I usually would walk quickly past on a hike. Sometimes I think that it's just what we all need, to slow down and to observe the small things in nature in order to appreciate all that it provides. For me, this is my nature therapy. And while my heart yearns for longer hikes in cool weather with Sashi by my side, I strive to make do with moments like these.
So I trust you when you say that beauty lives in me too. Beauty lives in me. I know I don't yet know it, so I trust you.
Before long, I decided to settle in for a couple of quick sketches with the cool AC blowing in my face and hair. Once I had set up my little box in my lap, I got started. I can't say I felt overly excited about my results, probably because I was trying to rush a bit to waste less gas. But I did feel energized, lost in quiet observations of green leaves and branches. It's not uncommon to feel this way anytime I use water-based paint, especially watercolor. There's just something about the use of water, transparent glazes layered on paper that just feels more earth connected and genuine. Okay, so I thought I would go over my car setup for my plein air session. So this is a Guerrilla box. I've had it for quite a while. It's the larger version, I believe. I think they have several sizes, but this is, I don't know if it's the very biggest, but it's definitely a larger version. What's nice about these, I think it's made out of birch, but I'm not sure. It's got little feet on it to set on a table. It's got a little connection down here to put it on a tripod, although I feel like having such a big box on a tripod, it's kind of unstable. Maybe one of the smaller versions will work, but it's a pretty nice little box. It has a little screw on here to clamp down to hold this top up. And so in here I have some artist tape just to tape off the edges of what I want to paint, and tape off the edges to have a nice clean edge if you want to do that. This is a watercolor block. It's adhered on all sides except for the top, so that you can lift it off and detach with a pair of scissors or your palette knife. The reason why people use the blocks is because it's pretty much like having your paper stretched and taped down. It prevents the buckling that can occur when you put water on the paper. So that's what makes that kind of handy, especially in the field when you don't want to worry about taping stuff down. And so then I had a water bottle to be able to just spray the, I can just put this back up here so I have a sample. Yeah, you just take this and you can spray the paper a little bit if you like. Or you can spray your palette so it stays nice and moist. Then I like carrying my brushes in a container so they stay nice and neat. I don't like them crammed in any random box where they can get damaged, because most of them are fairly expensive these days. What's nice about this box is if you're doing oils, you can put a glass palette here or something, or one of those paper palettes, and you just use this as your space to mix your paints and paint straight on the board. This opens up into a little compartment. It comes completely off. And this is where I have my watercolor gouache collection that, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you've seen this before. It's a little messy. I have watercolors on one side and gouache on the other. And that just closes up, fits right in there. And here I have like extra watercolor and gouache and some pieces of paper towel, because you never have enough of that when you're doing watercolor and gouache. And then just a little container to wash my brushes in. So that's pretty much it, although this one's slightly too big. I want to get a slightly smaller version so it fits in here a little bit better. So yeah, so all this just comes together. And fits in here nicely. And close it up. And it snaps on. Yeah. It's a nice little container, and it has a little handle. A nice sturdy little leather handle for you to carry it on the go. So that was my setup. And I thought it was nice, compact for the car. You can even use this on a better day in the back of your car. You can open up your hatch if you have one of those, and just basically set up in the back of your car with this little box. So that was my setup for this past weekend. While I would never consider myself a watercolor artist or even really a plein air painter, I have always kept nature journals. So I thought I would show you one of my books that I've kept in more recent years. Many of these pages are filled with my most favorite local hikes and locations that Sasha and I like to walk. They're not perfect. They're not meant to be even really seen. They're just mindful meditation of moments. When I look through these pages, I can remember those moments again, like a photograph, yet with more of a personal impression. If you haven't tried nature journaling, I highly recommend it. It's just another way to enhance your time outside. I hope you got some value out of today's video. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. So I'll leave you with some final moments of this past winter. Have a blessed week.
You say take me on a treasure hunt. I long for something new. Have you heard the fairies when they sing and dance? Oh, I wish it was me.